Welcome back, everybody. Sive is here in ForexPeaceArmy.com. Today is Monday. It means that we return back to discussion of the Bitcoin market. Last time it was on Thursday, we said that, well, it's probably the wash and rinse on the daily chart, which is a bearish pattern. And we said that retracement might be deeper, so we have set a couple of levels to keep an eye on, since it was an opportunity for a momentum trade. And we said if market starts reaction or forming some minor bullish patterns on lower time frames around these levels, we could try theoretically taking a long position with a minor bounce. But as a result, you could see, and I will show you a bit later, that on these levels, market even hasn't stopped. So it just passed through it like a hot knife through the butter. So it's just collapsed and no reaction even was on this level. So correspondingly, this setup that we discussed just has not been formed. It even hasn't failed, it just hasn't formed. So, and currently, since retracement is taking a larger scale, the picture is becoming a bit more tricky. The reason for that, actually, the problems with the liquidity in the United States. Those of you who read our weekly reports on the gold market, on the Forex market, you know about that, because in the weekend in the gold report, we talked about the reverse repo rate, the amount of the new debt that in borrowing that Scott Bessent intends to do. That decreases significantly the liquidity reserves. Currently, actually, the reverse repo is almost exhausted, and it means that the new appetites from the US Treasury will directly impact on the bank reserves. They still need to borrow and take off the market, of the money market in the United States, approximately 300 billions, which is actually a significant sum. And that already makes impact on the Bitcoin market. I suppose that this is the major reason, not just because the Bessent said that the United States doesn't intend to create the Bitcoin reserve and increase the buying of the Bitcoin. I think that reasons are more pragmatic and actually mostly stands in the problems with the liquidity. So it means that currently, since it's changing over the fundamental background, the impact already could be seen even on the weekly chart, which is actually suggests that we could get significantly lower retracement. What the problems with the weekly, what I do not like here? First of all, you could see that minor wash and rinse has happened. So market has tried to pass through the top, keep going higher to the target, but failed and turns down. This is not good, especially somewhere in the middle of the action to the OP. In fact, reaction on the 618 extension target based on this ABCD pattern already has happened here, and that should be continuation to the OP. But here it was interrupted right in the halfway. This is not normal, and market is returning right back down. So here, very important level will be around 110. It's previous top. If we will see downside breakout, it means that retracement might be very significant, so market could keep dropping lower. It's difficult to say what particular fundamental reasons might be and could stand back on this action. But from the technical point of view, this is bad sign for the bulls. The one thing still we could control is to keep an eye on the close of this week. So here's maybe situation will change somehow and market will form the bullish grabber, which suggests upward continuation. That might be some relief. But currently it's difficult to say. So let's take a look what may happen on Friday. And next Monday we'll discuss whether we will get it or not. If, of course, market will not collapse already on this week. So on the daily chart, here as you could see what actually has happened. After this wash and rinse that you see here is huge engulfing pattern and market is dropping lower. So nearest support that we could consider and that could give some chances for bullish grabber pattern on the weekly chart is in area around 114, 114.50. This is strong daily confluence support. Yes, it's not accompanied with the oversold level, but still it's rather strong fib level. And thankfully, this fib level stands very close to the MACD break-even point, the trend break-even point on the weekly chart. So if market will reach the 114 relatively soon and will bounce up by the end of the week, theoretically we could get the grabber. So this is the primary object that we should control and keep an eye on the Bitcoin market, because this is the key to the next motion. So whether we will get upward continuation based on the grabber or market will just keep going lower and start testing the 110, 111 support. That's what about the daily chart. Let's move in lower. So here you could see what has happened with our support levels. Why I'm speaking that actually no reaction, because we do not have any this kind of the bounce. That's my follow, and we just have the collapsed, and for the both fib levels that we have specified, it's just dropped, and that's all. So no reaction. That tells that actually no setups have been formed, and this trade has not been realized. So another level, or better to say the same level, it's confirmed with the target of the pattern that we have on the hourly chart. If you remember last time we talked about the target of the butterfly, where market just formed minor butterfly, target and turns down. And currently we're using as a target the ultimate extension of the same butterfly. You know how it works. Usually the minimum target of the butterfly is the 30% retracement of the whole upper direction of the butterfly, right? But butterfly also has the ultimate target, which is the extension in opposite direction based on the whole butterfly swing. Because butterfly is a reversal pattern. It could aimed on different targets. And currently we are watching ultimate 1618 extension of this butterfly, which stands approximately the same level. Take a look, 114. So we have butterfly target, we have confluence on the daily, and that's the level we'll be watching for on this week, and see what reaction will follow, if any will happen at all. So what the idea, if we will see that market is forming something bullish, maybe minor bullish patterns around it, if they will be reliable enough, we could think about taking scalp long position around them, because here's minor, at least minor pullback could happen. That's also might be the ground for forming the bullish grabber on the weekly chart. If we will see nothing and market just drop through it, next level to watch for will be 110 area. This will be really vital for long-term performance on the Bitcoin market. So that ends towards our plan on the Bitcoin market. Let's see what will happen, and see you next time.